Alright, so for trial 1, we had 8 total elements in the first part of trial 1. We're choosing only 2. So we do 8 times 7 because we're choosing 2 different elements and we have 8 total, divided by 2. And this 2 is the number of ways in which you can reorganize 2 different elements, and that comes out to 28. Now, in this example, we're choosing 3 elements, so you do 8 times 7 times 6. So those are your 3 different elements divided by 6, which is 3 factorial. Again, that's the number that represents the amount of ways that you can reorganize 3 elements. In this example, we choose 4 times, so the bottom number is 4 factorial. So right there, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And we have to divide it by this number because order does matter. So you can't, so if you have A and B, and then B and A, these don't count as 2 separate ones, these are the same. That's why I had to divide it by that number at the bottom there.
Right. So for trial 2, of the 8 elements that we had, which were plastic letters, 3 of them we identified were magnetic. So utilizing that specific characteristic, we're essentially using the same combination formula as we did with trial 1, whereas we're now picking between only 3 specific elements. So it'd be 3 times 2, which is like the total possible amount of elements you can get within the entire set of 3, and then you would divide it by 2, or 2 factorial, since that is the maximum amount of possibilities in which you can select 2 elements, and then these would just cancel out and this would give you 3 possible ways. And so the changes between trials 1 and 2, so for trial 1 you're essentially looking at all the elements and all the different combinations, and for trial 2 we specifically focused on the magnetic characteristic of letters. So for B, despite the changes between trials 1 and 2, we've utilized the same formula in finding the possible combinations. So regardless of whether or not you're looking at all the elements in general or whether you're looking at specific characteristics of these elements, you're still utilizing the formula in finding the possible combinations between these elements.